It used to be common practice for people to let their cars idle in order to warm up the engines. Nowadays cars are so advanced that there's no need to run the engine continuously. But is idling bad for your car, and can you run the engine if you want to? In this video, we define idling and discuss the pros and cons of engaging in the activity. We also go over some situations in which leaving the car running rather than stopping it makes sense. It's the Car Problems YouTube channel. Subscribe and let's get started. What does it mean to idle the car? Idling is the term used to describe leaving your car running when you aren't going anywhere. There is no movement of the vehicle during this period. The wheels are not spinning, even though the engine is turned on and operating. You can put your foot on the brake to shift into drive or find the gear shift and park. Here are some typical explanations for why people decide to leave their cars idling. Although you are currently stuck in traffic, it should soon start moving again. There is still someone waiting in the car behind you as you rush into the store. When the weather is cold, you want to warm up the car's engine. On an oppressively hot summer's day, you hope to cool the interior. Not every one of these justifications, though, is sufficient to leave the engine running. Is idling bad for your car? Modern car engines don't need to idle for extended periods of time, and doing so can be detrimental to them. The engine of your car is not being used when it is idle. It's possible that improper combustion is taking place and exhaust is being unnecessarily released into the atmosphere. If you are not going anywhere, it is best to turn off the car. When you're ready, you can resume it. Let's examine these reasons in more detail, some of which have an impact on your health and others on your wallet. Reasons not to idle your car. Dangerous to environment. The atmosphere is harmed by the exhaust your car produces. These emissions serve no purpose when you are not driving. Every 10 minutes when your car idles, a standard gas-powered engine could be releasing 1 pound of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. That is a significant amount of pollution that is avoidable. Unlawful. There are laws in place in many states that forbid idling for a predetermined period of time. In the District of Columbia, for instance, letting your car idle for more than 3 minutes carries a fine of up to $5,000. Since most states have laws, you should check if there are any local ordinances before starting the engine. Find out what is permitted in your area by talking to the DMV in your area. Engine wear. Idling your car can occasionally be harmful to the engine. If you've ever calculated the price of a replacement engine, you are aware that this is an expense you would prefer to avoid. The way fuel burns can alter if the engine isn't operating at ideal temperatures all the time. It may not burn all the way through due to the temperature differences. Fuel residue can cause damage to exhaust systems when it is left behind. Conversely, a lot of people will tell you that starting the car after turning off the engine causes just as much harm. The car battery may have some difficulty when the engine is turned off and restarted, but that is nothing in comparison to the potential damage to your engine. Wastes fuel. Your car averages a specific number of miles on the city and another number of miles on the highway, according to its EPA ratings. You should get this rating or nearly there once everything is optimized. But the car does not move when the engine is idle. You are paying for each minute the engine idles during this period since it is still using fuel. It is not good that you are essentially getting 0 miles per gallon. Idling the engine is definitely not something you want to do if you are concerned about gas prices and how much it will cost you to fill up the tank. Now let's talk about situations when is it okay to idle the car. Sitting at a stoplight. Idling at a stoplight is normal. It is not going to be turned off and restarted in a matter of seconds. Some newer cars take care of this automatically, requiring no additional action from you. The function is referred to as an auto start-stop feature, to defrost car windows. In the winter, there's no need to fully warm up your car. That being said, it is unsafe to drive when there is frost or ice on your windows. It makes sense to idle the car for as long as necessary to clear the windows for this reason. Using your ice scraper to remove solids rather than waiting for the car to do the heavy lifting will expedite the process. Low on gas. You might think about letting the engine idle while you are stopped if you are headed to the gas station and your car is running low on fuel. The engine might require a little bit more gas to restart than it does to idle. It might just be sucking fumes while the car is running, which won't be sufficient to restart it. The next time, do yourself a favor and avoid letting the tank run so low. It not only causes a great deal of panic, but it also damages the fuel pump. What happens if a car idles too long? A car's gas supply will eventually run out if it idles too long. Furthermore, the engine may start to overheat, which could be extremely damaging. It will also wear down your engine more quickly over time. Thus, it is advisable to refrain from leaving your car running on empty for long periods of time. How long should a car idle? It is generally advised by automakers that you let your car idle for 1 to 2 minutes before leaving. By doing this, the oil and engine are warmed up and everything operates more smoothly. To make sure everything is warm before driving, you might want to let your car idle for an extra minute or two if it's really cold outside. Hope the information was helpful for you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel. You can also share your thoughts in the comments section.